Iron Lung, the Ironclad Lifeline. Hello everyone. Today we're diving into the fascinating history of the iron lung, a relatively ancient medical device that prolonged the lives of the many victims of polio. The story of the iron lung starts back in the 1920s, when polio was a terrifying epidemic sweeping across the globe. Since the vaccine for polio hasn't been invented yet, many people, especially children, were vulnerable to the disease and would slowly be overcome with paralysis until the disease eventually reaches their lungs, suffocating them. However, in 1928, doctors Philip Drinker and Louis Shaw from Harvard University came up with the first design of the iron lung. Picture this: a large and heavy cylindrical metal chamber big enough to fit an entire person inside. The machine was designed that the patient would lie down with their head sticking out, and the machine would use negative pressure to help them breathe. This was a groundbreaking invention, because for the first time, it offered a chance of survival to polio victims with severe respiratory issues. The machine quickly gained attention, and by the 1930s, it was being used in hospitals around the world. But it wasn't until the 1940s and 50s, during the height of the polio epidemic, that the iron lung became a symbol of hope. In those years, there were rows and rows of iron lungs in hospital wards, each containing mostly children fighting for their lives. Nurses and doctors worked tirelessly, monitoring these machines that were literally breathing for the patients. It was a daunting sight, but also a powerful testament to human ingenuity and the relentless fight against disease. As time went on, the iron lung saw improvements. The Emerson iron lung, introduced in the 1930s by John Emerson, was more efficient and easier to use. This version became the standard and was used extensively throughout the mid-20th century. The story, however, doesn't end there. With the introduction of the polio vaccine in the 1950s, the number of polio cases dropped drastically, which led to the eventual decline in the use of iron lungs. However, the iron lung's legacy lives on as the concepts and principles behind the medical device paved the way for modern ventilators, which are now crucial in treating patients with various respiratory conditions and diseases. The last known user of the iron lung was a man named Paul Richard Alexander. Paul was an American paralytic polio survivor and also both a lawyer and writer. He contracted polio in 1952 at the age of 6 and was put into an iron lung ever since. Alexander earned a bachelor's degree and Juris Doctor at the University of Texas at Austin and was admitted to the bar in 1986. Paul Richard Alexander would die on March 11, 2024, aged 78. The iron lung is a testament to how a single invention can have a lasting impact on medical history. So, the next time you hear about ventilators or respiratory treatments, remember the iron lung and the incredible journey of medical innovation it represents. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.